Okay, DGP 129. Back behind the mic, it's Steven and KP recording on a Sunday, April 19.
Howdy, KP. Happy Sunday. I gotta say, this straight off the bat, the tone seems really low. What's going on, my man?
Well, it was raining today, thankfully, but the allergies, dude, I feel like I'm walking in the streets and I see the pollen. And I can just see my enemy, dude. It's been so bad here in the district. So sound is a little low. I apologize. Mood is a little low because obviously biggest game, this, that, blah, blah. And then it all ended with me just feeling so empty inside, Steven. Just empty, man.
The emptiness. This was a game of emptiness. Oh. Tough weekend. Tough way to end the weekend. Brilliant Saturday. Oof. Sunday morning, I was off. I was flying. Man, I was flying. Yeah, 11:30 kickoff, middle of the day. Kind of a, you can count. How's your Sunday going to finish? How you going to wrap it up? Are you going to wrap it up on a good note or a bad note? And oof, a sour note. The emptiness. I think that's what a lot of people feel right now, man. It's like this emptiness, this, I want to say a little bit of dread, like, we've seen this coming. None of us want to be prophets, but god damn, we all saw this coming, did we not?
It's a bit odd for sure. It's one of those things we get a week off of Arsenal, and it's nice that we've got the Sunday night, get behind the mic. I mean, this is like back to back for us these days, but I'm not even sure I want to go an hour on this beat today, Steven, because I feel like it's a bunch of the same shit, man.
Same old, same old. It has been a while since we've done an actual game pod. Like, usually we like to get a few, what's the general energy, what are the vibes? The vibes have been the same for what, 2-3 months now? You're right, it is the same old, same old. So it'll be a little different today. I actually talk an actual game chat, but whew, yeah, there isn't much different these days.
It has been. Game chat has been falling off a little bit, but I mean, going into this one, obviously you said your Sunday was a little bit of a high energy. I saw a lot of nerves online. I wasn't really feeling that nervous myself, though, especially when I saw the team sheet. How are you feeling about the lineup?
Loved the team sheet. We talked last time. We want Kai up top. We got it. We wanted Eze starting. We got it at the left wing. Ooh, that means Captain Martin Odegaard is back. That was a preferred lineup, I think. Mosquera at right back. Love that. Thought he deserved to get the start there. I was actually pretty happy with the lineup. What about you?
Yeah, no, definitely. I felt like following the last pod, it was pretty on par what we wanted to see. What we've been wanting to see all season, man. Like, it's kind of crazy. I was watching this whole game, and there was a part of me that thought, what if we had Saka? How different could this game be if we had Saka? Because I saw Odegaard wore the captain's armband. Madueke walked out last. That was kind of crazy to me that Madueke walked out last, to be honest with you.
Who else is that dog? Got that dog mentality. I was hoping for a good game from Manani. I was hoping, but oof. Of the front three, he was definitely the worst. He was the bottom. And there were a few moments, and I hate having to let's say revisionist history type stuff, but there are a few moments with Nani, Odegaard, Eze kind of playing together, and he's the third in the triangle. It's like, oof, if that was Saka, I think we get away with it there. He gets that pass through. Like, there was a couple of moments with Nani where it's like he doesn't have that final piece, right? He's just not that kind of guy to be playing in those tight triangles. So yeah, tough day for Madueke.
Tough day, absolutely. But the lineup. The only other thing that stood out was Mosquera. You said you wanted Mosquera to play. For me, I was a little surprised by it. Just because Ben White didn't play midweek, so I kind of had the feeling of maybe that he's staying fresh to go up against Doku, and we know all about Doku. So that was one thing. But then again, the game started and put the lineup aside, I noticed Declan Rice playing really high, really high up the pitch, and so it kind of told me that we're gonna be on their back today, which was exciting the way the game started.
Facts. I think probably 10, 15 minutes in, you knew what the game plan was. You knew what the tactics were, and they showed up. I can't believe it. It's been weeks since I've seen this team show up. They showed up today, and the tactics were there. I was happy to see that versus the Carabao Cup game where it was just kind of, I want to say we went out with our tail between our legs. At least this game, there was intent, there was plan there. Ooh, I think there was chances for it to work. There were definitely chances for it to work. It just didn't go our way in the first half. Nicking balls early, hey, that's football, man.
We were pressing high. We were getting the turnovers. I agree with you. And I also thought, I mean, the first 15 minutes of that game, I watched it, and my first thought was, I've seen Havertz very involved, and I don't think Gyökeres would have had the same impact from the start of the game. So I was really pleased to see Mikel go with Havertz up top, and there were a few moments where it felt like our team got caught up a little bit, the back line, but overall they just looked a little scary. They did have a little bit of a threat throughout the game. They would get the ball, and I felt like there was a huge gap between their players and our back line from the beginning of the game, honestly.
That's facts. I mean, they looked really good out of the blocks. Obviously, I think you could tell our game plan, our intent. We had them there was times where I think it was really working well. But once they got into our attacking third, like our defensive third, once they were on us, right? That's just the way it is. That's Man City ball. So once they could actually get across the, halfway line, yeah, they had plenty of moments early, kind of not maybe some half chance type stuff, but when you have Big Holland out there, you got Semenyo, you have Doku, you have Cherki. It's like, where is it going to come from? I don't know. Moment of brilliance. What was it? Was it just before? It was about 15 minutes in that Cherki goal happened. 13 minutes in, I think. I'll have to look. But ball comes in, drops to, I think it was Nunez. For some reason, Eze doesn't go through that ball. Gets into Cherki's feet. Is it I'm an Arsenal fan, so the way I see this is it's a lack of defense there. That's how I see it. I think Cherki's great, and he makes a dribble. He makes the intent of the run. But defensively, we're just leaving Big Gabby on an island there. I can't believe a second player did not step up to that. Just let him dribble through us, basically.
A little bit. It was a little scary. I'll be honest with you. I thought it was a really nice goal. When he does dribble them, he is dribbling Big Gabby. Like, he's just not even in front of him. And then Declan Rice tries to step in, sidesteps him. Saliba comes in and megs him, and it's perfectly side netting. So it was a really good goal. The celebration, a little frustrating. It being him, the player, the Carabao Cup, all the chatter around do you get more pumped up if you see a fan drinking a bottle or a player taking the piss on the field? And he turns up for it. But I got to be honest with you, man. Like, I was kind of looking down when we equalized because a friend had texted me saying, that's it, game over. And to be honest with you, on the last pod, we had talked about that. They're going to score, and they are going to score first. So we kind of knew he was coming. So, my head goes down because I'm like, there's no way we're going to equalize immediately. That's just not really us. But that's on me for doubting King Kai, dude.
The commentator said, hey, if Gyökeres starts this game, does that happen? Absolutely not. Big shout out to Kai. Big shout out to Odegaard for this game. The press was there. It felt like vintage. It felt like vintage Arsenal the last couple of years. The press was up for it. Who knows? Donnarumma, he just doesn't think he's coming. Shout out Kai to get on the ball. Is it a little bit of luck? Absolutely it is. But we've seen a lot of those types of balls go against us as well. So it was nice to get one on our side. 1-1. Was it 18 minutes? I'm trying to remember. It was like 18 minutes in at that point. A lot of game to go. I felt pretty good. I felt good at 1-1.
When it became 1-1, I agree with you. I absolutely agree with you. I felt like they were showing these shots of the players' faces right after the City goal, especially Gabriel and Saliba. and they did both look really down. So I was having this thought of like, oh, fix your face. Like, let's go and play. Like, it's gonna be fine. So to see the fight, to see us get back out there, to see us actually have a lot of control. I thought we had good control from time to time. We were winning the ball. The one thing as the first half was wearing on, I think maybe like around the 30th minute, I did feel like this has to be the longest game of Mascara's life. Like, he looked like he was not ready for the one-on-ones, dude. He didn't want it.
Yeah, it was pretty evident. He was like, I'm pretty sure this dude's coming off at half. Got his yellow card. Okay, fair enough, right? Fair enough on the yellow. He was kind of getting cooked. I'm like thinking now, it's like, was he getting cooked? What did Doku actually do? I guess he put in a few balls maybe. Didn't really do much, but I guess that's kind of Doku style as well. A lot of flash in the pan type player. But yeah, he was at times getting cooked. And once he was on a yellow, I did not want to see him on after halftime. Get him off, get Ben White on. It's time. I cannot be dealing with this dude trying to defend Doku 1v1 any longer.
That was the one thing at halftime I was also expecting, to be honest with you. Shocking to see him play until the 75th minute. I'm going to save some of that for the manager chat, but overall, it wasn't even that like Doku was doing a lot, to your point, but it just looked so easy for him to do one shimmy, and it looked like, oh wow, like the space just totally opens up for him. He was connecting the passes, he was making the big switches from time to time, so it was hurting us in a big way that Mascara couldn't even really get close to him.
And I'll kind of take back what I said. When Doku's dribbling at you and he's getting the better of you, maybe his final product isn't the best. But when you have big man Holland in the middle, how many chances does he need? He just needs one. He just needs one ball put on him and it's a goal. So like that, to me, I guess I was feeling worried about Doku and Mosquera because I was like, he is getting some balls into our box. He's going past Mosquera easily. That's my worry. Putting a random ball in there, as we saw later in the game, that ends up in the back of our net. So yeah, Mosquera off at half was the move. Didn't happen. Interesting. But Martinelli came on at half instead for Nani, which I was actually happy to see.
Yeah, I agree. It was a good call. Do you have any other moments from the first half to call out?
Nothing big. I don't think I got anything big in the first half.
I think it was in the first half where I thought Havertz was through and he got cleared through the back by the defender. Yep. I think that was in the first half. And personally, for me, I thought that was a foul. And I thought it was a red card. I feel like I've seen that been given against Arsenal. And I was really struggling with that.
I thought it was a foul. I mean, the red card part, I would have to look at it back. But like in real time and on the replay, like he got him across the back, right? Shoulder. Kai Havertz got his body. Yeah, I thought Kai Havertz got his body in position. Again, I haven't watched it back since. But at the time, I was like, yeah, that to me looks like a foul.
Sorry, it's his shoulder. I mean, like elbow. There was a big elbow that goes right through his back that just throws him off balance. So, but Havertz was making those runs in the first half. It was good. And I did feel like Odegaard was also playing him through a lot. But Martinelli comes on. That's the only change he makes. Puts him on the right. And the thing about it is, I'm thinking, awesome. We weren't getting a lot of crosses in the first half. Martinelli is on his strong foot. We're going to see a lot of crosses come in. There was one moment, I think we saw one cross, and it was from Mosquera, and Havertz was almost onto it. It's like, all right, why can't our wingers try crossing the ball? That was really frustrating, man, watching that game.
I was texting you during the game, and this is one of my biggest gripes of the day. We weren't putting in the ball. We were not putting it into the box. There was a lot of times where it's getting out to the wing. This is after a set piece, so we got Big Gabby up there. We got big man Saliba. Like, our big dogs are up there, waiting for a ball to come in. We do that thing where we're horseshoeing it around back to Odegaard. Oh, someone's pressuring me, so I'm going to send it back into David Raya. It's like it's just so frustrating for us to have the ball in our attacking third. It's really not working for us lately, right? We're not being able to play through teams, finding these incisive passes. So what's the next best way? Just get a ball in the box and hopefully we get something that falls to us. Or the set piece team, like, let them cook. Absolutely let them cook. I was very, very frustrated with that on the day.
Yeah, no, I hear you on it. I hear you. And I'll be honest with you, the second half started, even with the change he had made for Martinelli. I mean, the first 15 minutes of that second half, it looked like we were not. It had flashes of the Carabao Cup game. Again, we're just like, well, we can't lay a glove on these guys. The first 15 of the second half, I don't even think we were playing.
They were on top all over us. As I was watching, I was like, if we can get to the 60th, and they don't score, like, I think that should be like a momentum shifter, right? Like at a certain point, even though you're dominating, you don't get a goal. Like eventually, we're gonna wake up and like start getting. That happened. We got on our front foot, and here come the two big moments. I guess not even the biggest moments. Two very big moments in the game. One, Kai Havertz straight into Donnarumma. Eze plays a nice ball into Odegaard. At the time, I thought Odegaard was going to shoot. Decides to lay a ball into Kai Havertz. One-on-one with Donnarumma. Save. Couldn't get the follow-up. And then just right after that, Eze spins. Takes a left-footed shot. I mean, it's a half chance. It was so quick. Off the inside of the post. I thought it was going to go in on the other side, and it did not. Tough breaks, man. Tough breaks.
The Eze shot, when they showed the replay from behind him, it's amazing. The bend on that ball is amazing. And there's a photo going around because it like partially even crosses the line, just not all the way. So the watch doesn't go off, man. But the Havertz one, I think maybe a couple of minutes before, or maybe this was in the first half, the game was so sudden, I'm having a hard time with it now. But there was a moment where Odegaard played him through and he was offside, but he was clean through on goal and he had that touch. And watching that, I did feel like, if he gets a one-on-one, I'm not sure he's going to score it today, just based on how he took that chance. He gets the opportunity. He's catching a lot of heat for missing that one-on-one and for missing the header in the 95th minute. The header, I'm not as upset about. Heading's really hard, dude. And he does do a really good job getting it. It's really close. It almost looks like Donnarumma does get a hand on it. Anyways, the corner is not given. But the one-on-one, I mean, that's just so Havertz, dude.
You know, I kind of think, I mean, we can jump at the header. Was it Bournemouth? What game was it when he missed the header? And it was just a couple weeks ago. Maybe it was the Southampton game. I don't know. Very similar moment with Kai Havertz. Middle of the box, free header, put it over.
Mm-hmm.
And you go back in time, criticism that he's had. This is kind of the player. Does a lot of great things. I love having him. I think he makes us a lot better. But oof. This is kind of who he is, bro. I mean, it's sad. As sad as it is, that's why we went to go get another striker. Like, that's the bottom line. Last season, we need a striker. That's why. Like, this is exactly why. Gyökeres gets that chance, the first one. I think he scores. Now, we can debate about is he even in the right fucking position. I don't know. But if he gets that chance, I have a better feeling that he's going to finish it. That's what I would say.
No, 100%. And I don't even know. Is there a lot to say about Martin Odegaard in that situation? Is that the right decision? Maybe. I mean, I think so. It is your striker, and you're putting him basically through. You feel like there's a guy 1 yard away from me, but there's nobody around you within 5 yards. I got to give it to you to get that better shot on target. And, I mean, the keeper does redeem himself a little bit, but not great, dude. Not great. And, of course, I mean, it couldn't be more football. Within a minute of those two chances, they're through. Super easy from the goalkeeper. Just a throw out. Martinelli caught on his own little island. And from there, it just, big body, ball smash. That's it. Yeah.
Martinelli is probably going to catch a lot of slack for that. Because, oof. For me, immediately, the ball goes into Nico O'Reilly. It's like, that's your man, Martinelli. That is, because there's two center midfields, and I think Zuameni's the closest one. Nowhere near him, because he's already marking a player. Nowhere near Nico Riley. So that is absolutely on Martinelli. The one winger that everyone wants on the field for his defensive efforts lets us down. Let us down in the moment. Tough to take. Ball into the box. I mean, there's Holland and Big Gabby going at it. There's a clip of how like Holland pulls Big Gabby back. Like he yanks his arm to get the space, and people are like calling for a foul there. I don't care. These two go at it all game long. There's so many fouls between them. The ref decided to let them play today for some reason instead of reining it in. That's what happens. He gets to pull them back and win that ball for the goal. Like, to me, that's big body on big body shit. I can't act, a certain way about it. So that's fine. Slotted it. We just talked about it. He needs one moment. He did jack shit all day. Had his one moment, and it is a beautiful goal.
It is, dude. He buries it. He absolutely buries it. I agree with you. I'm not hearing the foul chatter. I mean, forget about it. Stop watching the game. Stop trying to analyze it at that point. Like, it's not for you. But overall, as it happens, it's in the 65th minute, and we wait 10 minutes to make substitutions. When the goal goes in, do you feel we can come back? We had talked about it on the last pod. They were just not built out for a comeback. And I think I had said the game ends 1-1 or 2-2. So I was watching it thinking, here comes the 2-2. That is the best we can do. At no point after they scored the second goal did I think, oh, we're going to win this game 3-2.
Yeah. No, we're not scoring 2 goals. We have trouble scoring 1 goal. I kind of had a little bit of faith just based on some passages of play we had. I would assume as time goes on, they're probably going to start buckling into their own half defensive shape. I did have a tiny bit of hope, man. And honestly, my hope was subs. We've made 1 sub so far today. 4 to go. I see Max Dowman on the bench. I see Trossard on the bench. I see 14, Victor Gyökeres on the bench. We got some dudes that can come in and like potentially change things up. First subs come in. KP. Ooh. I see number 10 coming up. He's taking off Eze. Wow. I mean, I think that was a big surprise from everybody.
Big surprise. Big fucking mistake. I really think that is a big mistake from the manager. The subs happen at the 75th minute. You're telling me there's 15 minutes left in this game, and are we going to come back with Eze on the bench? Is that setting us up for the best opportunity to have a comeback?
Oh, I think we kind of get straight into this player chat. He's making the subs. For me, it's one of your center mids. It's either Odegaard or Zubamendi. One of the two comes off. I had a feeling, honestly, that Zubamendi was the one going to come off. We're down 2-1. Fuck it. They're still kind of on us a little bit, right? Let's just go for it. What's the point of losing 2-1 or 2-1 or 3-1? An L is an L, it's 0 points. So let's just go for the game. I thought Zubamendi was going to come off. If he wasn't going to take off Zubamendi, I think it has to be Odegaard because didn't have a very good day. Who you taking? Who did you think was coming off?
Honestly, I saw the subs and I thought Odegaard. That was my first thought because, I mean, he hasn't played, right? The last couple of games. So for him to be going 90 and he was pressing from the beginning of the game, that was the thing is like he's really pressing. He did the post-match interview. And in it, he does even say that, like, yeah, legs were a little heavy towards the end, like very genuinely being honest. And it's like, how are we not seeing that? When you say Zubamendi, I agree with you. If we were really going to go for it, if you were going to kitchen sink it, then Zubamendi comes off, Rice goes into the 6, Eze slots in, and Trossard goes out wide. That I would have fully understood. Like, we're actually going for it.
And that's what I honestly thought was coming, because Was Zubamendi having a huge impact? No, like I thought Zubamendi I'd give him like a 6 out of 10 game. Very average. It's not very noticeable, but like I think he was did decent. We were winning a lot of second balls today. Like we're competing for them. Yeah, let Odegaard not press anymore. You did your job. As you're now the next one that's going to be pressing. Odegaard, you sit in and try to affect the play. It like for me it was written. I thought I saw it coming. Like yes. I think what you just said is correct though. He has even played. It's his first full 90 in who knows how long, first game in I don't know how long. So yeah. Odegaard finishing the game today on the field is a mystery to me, I gotta say.
It's a bit odd. I hear you. And also, I mean, you said he didn't have a great game. I thought he did okay. I did think he did okay. I thought Zubamendi had a worse game than Odegaard, to be honest with you. And Odegaard, there were just a couple of moments in the game that like really bothered me watching him play. There was one in particular that I think even Havertz was frustrated with it, and he like threw his arms up like, why did you stop going after that? He could have totally got to that ball, it looked like. He just stops, Doku gets it. A little bit just soft behavior, Steven. That's all it is. It's just like hiding a little bit, a little afraid to go into the tackle, and it's not the best look from your captain when you've got other people who can wear the captain's armband and kind of project that aura, call it.
It was soft. I would definitely say it was soft on the day. I think my complaint about like that first goal as a let's Nunez get to that ball. I think it was a 50-50 challenge, and Eze turned it into like an 80-20. I think he just kind of like let him have it. That Odegaard one was 100-0. He just let him have it. Didn't even stick a foot in or anything. Just like stopped. It's like, what are you doing? Again, captain projecting. What are you projecting to your team? Great on the press. I mean, nobody on our team does it like him. That's an intangible thing. Doesn't go on the stat sheet. Awesome. But what did he give us today? I don't think he gave us very much, man. He just didn't give us very much. And that's what I find disappointing. There was a few moments early in the game when we were talking about the high press and we won the ball. He's on it. He's the player. Perfect. Hitting him out of bounds, right? Like hitting it too long for a goal kick. It's like you have to make those moments count because they're definitely gonna have possession on us. When you actually win the ball in the attacking third, which is the game plan, you have to make it count. And I just felt like he wasn't on it today. I'm not saying he had this horrible performance and I'm not like slagging him off. I don't think he was at the level. 60 minutes, 65 minutes in, I think he probably could have come off.
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, it's the story with Odegaard in an Arsenal shirt. You go back to last season as well, where you just feel like this guy should have a lot more assists. And the goals don't happen, and it's not his fault that the striker didn't score. It's not his fault that Martinelli didn't score. It's not his fault that Saka didn't score. Like he created a chance near the end where he crossed it back post and Big Gabby was up for it. I really felt good about that one. Mateus headed it and it went out for a corner, but overall just a little disappointing. You want to see a little bit more from the player, but again, it's a weird decision to take Eze out. It is good that he brought Ben White in and gave him 15 minutes against Doku. I think Ben White could have played the 45, to be honest with you. Another really strange one, because you watch back the second goal. I'm telling you, Doku does just one little shimmy, and there's a giant gap. And it's because, one, the player is on a yellow. Two, the player is a little tired. Three, he was looking lost from the beginning of the game. You could just see it, man. Come on.
Ben White should have been on at half. I am very surprised that he wasn't, to then wait as long as he did to make the sub. Again, maybe he's lost trust in Ben White because Ben White hasn't been good. Like, let's just be straight up about it. Ben White hasn't been good for the last 2-3 games. Had his opportunities, didn't make good of them. Manager like Arteta, bro. I mean, that's a staple. That's something that's in his locker. You've done me wrong. You're annexed now. You're annexed to the bench. Good luck getting off of it.
Yeah, I mean, one big thing that happens in the second half before we make another set of subs 10 minutes later is that Big Gabby and Holland have this little exchange. There's head-to-head action, and I gotta be honest with you. I think it's a red card. I do. And I think Big Gabby was being funny in the first half, but in the second half, he did start to just act a little bit crazy. He did start to kind of go back to the Big Gabby that we signed, the 23-year-old that we signed a little bit that was coming out. But also, I got to say, fair play to Holland. A lot of other players would have milked that situation, on the ground, holding their face, just going all over it about it, but he didn't. To your point that the ref was letting them play and it was just fair fights, it did feel like I gotta say something about it. That credit to him.
I kind of think he couldn't go down there just based on the battle they were having. Like, it would have been talk about going down and like having some bad energy between them going forward. Oof. Do they like each other? I don't think they like each other at all. I do think they respect each other. Like, they're obviously pretty nasty with each other.
Sure.
Right? There's the image of like the ripped shirt and they're complaining about it. He ripped my shirt. Why didn't I get the foul? Well, to start the play, Holland's fouling the shit out of him, right? Pulling his shirt. If you probably could have ripped it. But don't get the foul. The ref let him play on. That's just what it is. The referee decided today, I'm not going to call any of these fouls with these two players. My opinion. Probably should have nipped it in the bud, right? Make it at least, hey, you guys are going a little too far in the action, which is why it ended up we are talking about. I mean, I guess, do I want that to be a red card? No. Like, in what world do I ever want that to be a red card? Even if they do it to us, if you don't actually like headbutt them, like you guys both challenge head to head. Did Holland probably not put his head on Gabby's first? Yeah. It's like, to me, it's, if he gave it, you got a red card for that. Soft. Like, that's just me. I think that's very soft. Let the boys play. Let them get the fiery temper out. If you actually headbutted somebody, absolutely. But this is the reason why, as an American, people don't like soccer, right? It's like, if he did go down holding his face, it's like, what are you doing? Be serious. Be a man. Like, that's. So I'm cool with it. It didn't bother me at all.
No, that's fair. The NBA playoffs have started, and let me tell you, the flopping is very serious in the league these days. So, no, it was nice. And to your point, it's not like it was a full-on headbutt. Like, I get it, right? It was kind of just like a push. So, fair. I don't know. Maybe a red in the spirit of setting a good example for the children. But I hear you.
I will say, has there been precedent set, like, for it to be a red card? Yeah. I'm just saying, like, in my opinion, when stuff like that happens specifically, heads are touching, and then there's like that little after action, like, as long as you didn't pull back and smash a dude, like, it's just, it's just a moment. That's all it is. I think things like that are good for the game. I like seeing that. There's fiery intent there. I'm all for it.
Yeah, and so the temperature is certainly rising, and there's 10 minutes left. Not even. In regulation, there's 5 minutes left. Now, they did give +7, which I thought was very generous of them to do. But there's 5 minutes left in regular time. And here comes our shooter, Steven. Going back to the sub of Trossard, like, in the moment that Gyökeres is in, like, he has actually been scoring, like, pretty consistently. I can't remember the last time Trossard scored. So to kind of favor him is also super strange, man. Is that poor management from Arteta to just give this guy 5 minutes? Could he have had a bigger impact?
I 100% think that was a massive oversight. It's man, this is a tough one because I really thought Mikel had a great day today. Like, I appreciated the game plan. The team was up for it. Like, I can't blame the result today on Arteta. I think today is completely on the players. But he leaves himself open to these discussions because the subs are just weird. What a weird thing to do in a game where you're down to have your striker that's been scoring goals. Give him what? Did he get 5-10 minutes like you're saying? Like, what are we doing?
It is really weird. I think that's a really weird decision, to be honest with you. And I was also surprised that it wasn't a like-for-like sub. I thought Havertz was coming off. Again, another situation where, like, what's happening?
So Gyökeres is coming on. I'm imagining it's now we're going two strikers with Havertz and Gyökeres. I again, we've said this so many times. Like decisions like that, I would love to get an answer. Like, what is the reason? Why did you do that? Why did you wait till the last minute to bring this dog on? Max Dowman didn't come on.
Honestly,
Weird.
though, did he do a lot with the 10 minutes that he had?
Oh, absolutely he didn't. But he's the type of player that if he gets one sniff, he might score. Kai Havertz got 3 sniffs, didn't put one in. Victor Gyökeres, he might get one and actually score. That's where I'm at with it. We still have 1 sub left. We use 4 subs on the day. Max Dowman doesn't come on. Again, just he leaves himself open to these criticisms, man.
Yeah, and then of course, the rest of it is just Man City making subs every 5 minutes. Time wasting in the corner since like the 70th minute, by the way. I don't know if anyone's going to write an article about it, but you did feel tension. You did feel tension in the stadium. There was a little bit of a feeling that Arsenal could nick it in the end and make it 2-2. But it's really the Havertz chance, right? Which, like I said, I think people are being really harsh about the header. The one-on-one, I fully understand. The header, come on.
There was the header, and there was also the Big Gabby. Big Gabby header came at 2-1. Where Nico O'Reilly had his arm out, and I thought it was a handball, like real time. Like obviously it came off his hip. But I mean, good save by Donnarumma, man. That's the big man. That's the big man save.
Yeah, and I mean, since we're having player chats, by the way, I gotta say, Nico O'Reilly, good player, really good player. I just can't help every time I watch and I see him, all I think is, the commercial in the U.S. is like, oh, O'Reilly. I'm constantly thinking about that little jingle, man.
I thought he had a good game. If I actually chose man of the match, I'd probably choose him. To be honest, I think he was top today.
I don't know who they gave man of the match to, but I did hear them also really highly praising Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva, it's just, good player, man. Just a baller. And they get away with it a lot, like yellow cards and just kind of fouls. There was one foul that he had on Eze where I felt like that's a yellow card. Like Eze turned him, he was gonna go at goal, and it's a foul. So little surprising, but he was very involved. Probably the thing I'm most disappointed with when it comes to Kai Havertz, it's not even the 2 misses. It's the moment where he couldn't beat Bernardo Silva to the ball and he was through. Yeah. I was actually really upset. I was much more upset with that than the 2 misses.
Yeah, that wasn't a good look. I think he can go into the locker room and be like, well, I haven't been playing a lot. I don't have a lot of minutes in my legs. That's probably what he's going to say. But yeah, that was not a good look. Ugh. Game ends, man. 2-1. Do you think today was on the manager? Do you think it was on the players? Or do you think that this is a game of football? This is just the way it goes?
I do have to. I gave Mikel flowers before kickoff. I think he did try. He did roll the dice with the lineup that he put out there. Did Madueke let him down a little bit? Yeah, I think so. There were a couple of moments where I was frustrated with Madueke. I felt like he could have ran at the player more. He could have tried to do something crazy, and he really didn't. He was a little shy. And I don't want to see that from him. That's like the one thing that excites me about him, right? Is that he plays without fear. And at times it just felt like, ooh, he doesn't really think he can get the best of this kid. So that wasn't great. But Mikel, this is what I mean when I say at the beginning, it's the same shit. It's just that it's the in-game management, dude. It's the substitutions. It's really strange and it's a huge miss. And he does open himself up to the conversation. But ultimately, he gets it wrong more often than right.
In-game management, I mean, I've always harped on that. I agree with you. I'm still saying today is a player issue. I think he put them in the position to win. What do you do as a manager? We've had this discussion. Like, you set your team up for success. How are we going to succeed today? I think he set them up for success, gave them a good game plan. You're playing Manchester City. They're at home. The game can always go the other way. We had the chances. We had the chances to get a draw. I think we had the chances to win the game. just didn't go our way because we turned off twice. We decided to turn off 2 times. They turned off once, and that's the game.
A little bit, and I do think some of it is on a player that maybe you don't expect, really. I mean, I thought from kickoff everyone was up for it except for David Raya. Something wasn't right with Raya, and a couple of times he does make us a little jittery, a little bit of miss on his part. But another player, just to mention, I have to say, Hincapié, great performance, man.
I saw some people going at Hincapié, and I thought he played really well. He was the type of player I think you want for this game. I liked him today. Semenyo, I think he had the better of him in the first one. I thought he actually played well today.
Yeah, I mean, Semenyo didn't do a whole lot. He had Hincapié had a huge block on him where he slid in for one.
Yeah.
That was incredible. And then he did get lucky when Semenyo was through and he had the bad touch.
Yeah.
I was pretty scared in that situation, to be honest with you. But, like, that's the thing. Rodri plays that pass, and I don't think we play that pass. Like, our center mids don't really play that pass that often.
Ooh, let me say one last thing about Hincapié. He's the guy with the fire. He had a few moments of, like, getting in Semenyo's face. I think he went down easy a couple times. I love it. Where's the player showing the passion that I want this? My captain didn't do it. He was a little soft, but like this dude on the left back, I love that, actually showing the fans, showing the maybe other players on the field, like we're in this, we're fighting today. What you just said about hitting the pass, this was my biggest gripe. Well, my biggest gripe of the day was not crossing the ball when we were in position, just wasting our moments. My second biggest gripe of the day is, why were we not hitting long balls? Why were we not getting in behind? City were playing the highest line. They were playing a very, very high line today. They have Kusanov, they have Gehi, like speedsters. Like I would consider them very quick. I think we could probably get the best of Nunez. Nico O'Reilly, is he always in position? Probably not, because he goes in the midfield a lot. Like when Martinelli came on, I was like, oh, we're gonna be pinging long balls, pinging them. Nobody does it, because let's keep possession. Let's just keep possession and waste it. I was very frustrated that we were not pinging long balls in behind.
Honestly, part of me thinks we're not very good at it. I think we did see a couple of long balls, but they went out of bounds. There were one or two where it was played too far in front of Madueke or too far in front of Martinelli. There's one in particular, I remember Ben White on the side could have really played Martinelli through, but I think he hit it out of bounds. So just not great at it, and it's not coming off right now. But overall, I mean, people have tried to kind of spin this a little bit, saying, we did see a performance. It is something to maybe build on now with 5 games left. We get a full week off, and then it's Newcastle, and then it's the first leg against Atleti. Where do you stand on it? Is this something that you feel we could actually kick on from here a little bit?
I would give it, that's our silver lining right now.
Has to
is
be.
They actually showed up today. I saw a team trying to play a game, having a game plan, trying to impose themselves somewhat. Haven't seen it in weeks, man. Haven't seen it in weeks. I mean, I'm talking probably before the international break, right? And it's been a long time. Is it true we've lost like 5 of the last 6 or something crazy like that?
4 of the last 6, yeah.
4 of the last 6, like, man, this is tough. And I think we lost 4 games all of before the Carabao Cup final. I think we had lost 4 games all season. Since that final, we've lost 4 games. So yeah, to say we fell apart, I think would be accurate. But today was the first time I saw a resemblance of an Arsenal team that can actually show up and get results.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, there's a big part of me today that just felt too little too late. There was a big part of me today that felt that way. And you're asking, is it the manager? Is it the players? How much blame is there for the manager today? It's actually really hard to put a lot of blame on him, because as I said in the beginning, maybe with the Saka, we do win that game. Maybe, not even maybe, definitely with the Jury and Timber, we win that game. Today was the first day where I really missed Timber. I missed him, dude.
That's absolutely. I was really, really hoping, even if he was fit today, like give me 45, give me 60 minutes, give me what you can, because he would definitely have that dude on lock. But yeah, shout out Timber. I know he had a tough few weeks before the injury. Offensively, we were dogging him, but there is nobody better defensively. So yeah, that's a tough one. 5 games left. City have 6. I think I said before this, if we lose this game, I think it's in City's hands. I still believe that. I think they play Burnley midweek. They're gonna win that. That's 3 points. They're gonna take. We are gonna flip. They're gonna be first after midweek. We are going to be second. They have tough games. I think their closing schedule is tougher than ours. The games left. Does that mean that they're gonna drop points? Not necessarily, but we have to put ourselves in the best opportunity possible. Newcastle, tough one. I think we play West Ham, obviously going to be a tough one. They're fighting for their lives. How do you feel? I would put my money on City. That's just how I assume they're going to close out the season. But we are there. I think there is. I'm not saying we don't have a chance. I do think we have a chance, but it's going to flip after midweek. Where you at?
Yeah, I mean, so the chips are a little bit. I really don't like this game in hand situation that we keep finding ourselves in. I really don't like it, Steven, because they're going to play midweek. We'll be tied on games, but then we actually play twice before they play again. So because they have the FA Cup, so they're going to miss out on games this upcoming weekend. And then they don't play until Monday, the next match week. So we're going to play twice, and so we'll have 2 games ahead of them. So not the best situation to be in right now. I would much rather they play first, to be honest with you. But I am happy that we get a week off, and then we go against Newcastle. I mean, you got to show your growth here. No better team to play against than Newcastle after what we've just gone through. This is a team that has ended our hope before. They love playing spoiler. That's the only thing they're good at. And they just had a amazing game, I think, against Sunderland. So should be. Oh no, maybe that was Aston Villa. That was Villa. Yeah,
that was Villa.
But I'm hoping that we get a good result against Newcastle at home too. The thing about it is it's 2 back-to-back home games in the league. So there is hope, Steven, but it's back to the old faithful, man. Hope is all we have again.
Always the hope. Maybe this is the chance of some of this tension to drop away some. Midweek game happens. It's Burnley. And I hate to just give them the 3 points, but it's Burnley. I just don't think they really don't have much to fight for. I don't think it's going to happen. I believe it's at the Etihad as well. So go into next weekend. 2nd place. The tension seems to have dropped. I am going to assume the Emirates is going to be lit. It's Newcastle. Showing appreciation. Thank you guys for showing up last weekend. Yes, you lost the game to City, but you showed up. And that's all we can ask for. Right? You didn't go out with your tail tucked between your legs, because that's the embarrassing stuff that we've seen, like the Bournemouth, the Carabao Cup. Those are the embarrassing performances. This was not embarrassing. We went out on our shield today. So I'm hopeful. I always got some hopium cranking, but again, if you're asking me, betting man, who are you gonna bet on? I would bet on City right now. That's just this is when they turn it up, bro. They are absolutely clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, and just a quick fact check: City are away to Burnley.
It is away. Okay.
Little.
Oh, you know
hope,
what? I'm
Steven.
gonna change.
A little more hope, Steven. Not great, man. Not great. So we shall see. It is exciting, though. I don't think did we talk the fact that we're in the semifinal now of the Champions League. I mean, there is positivity around us.
Absolutely exciting. 2 years in a row in a hilarious fashion, getting a second goal in the first leg, kind of we kind of smash and grab that, and then setting up for a 0-0 in the second leg. I mean, does it get more Arsenal than that?
The 0-0 in the second leg was just dreadful, man. It really was. You couldn't help but see the humor in it.
I'm excited for Atletico, though. I think it's going to be really good and really fun. This isn't the Atletico of yesteryear where it's this defensive behemoth. They go for games now. I mean, they went bar for bar with Barcelona. That was crazy. They beat up Tottenham. So I think it's a little bit different now. I'm very excited to see that matchup because I think it'll be fun. I just have a different feeling when I watch Champions League games, and I always look forward to that versus the league games I don't like. I just dread watching them because they're so sad and slow. The Champions League games have more pace to them, have more fun. So yeah, I think it'll be good.
Yeah, it should be fun. It should be fun, and I agree with you. People want to frame it as this Harambal derby, but they play good, man. They really do. And Julian Alvarez, oof, good player, dude. The free kicks, oof, good player, dude. Berta, write it down.
How are you feeling about the matchup? I think we're going to get the upper hand. I feel confident going into it. Do you?
I kind of think we're going to the final too, to be honest with you. I know that, whatever, the results are the results and we are where we are, but I took more hope after the performance against City today for the Champions League than the actual league.
I like that. I have confidence in the Champions League. I just do. I don't know. It's Atletico. I think it could, like we're talking about, it could go either way, to be honest. But if I was a betting man, I'm putting my money on Arsenal. Absolutely.
It could, but what I really do want to see, if we are down and it's the second half of the second leg, I gotta see us have some new ideas, man. Because today, watching that game against City with 10, 20 minutes to go, I did feel it just didn't feel like we're really going for it. It didn't feel like we had an idea to how to execute in the crunch time when you gotta mount a comeback. So that is probably my biggest worry and the thing that I want to see change against Atleti. And look, it's a week and a half away, the first one. The next one's 2 weeks and a half. So hopefully, who knows? Saka, Timber, the team could be a little bit different too by then. So there's always hope, Steven. There's always hope.
I saw something, and don't quote me on this. I don't have any references, but I saw that Saka's issue was an Achilles, and it's I want to say it's tendonitis, but it's an Achilles thing, and it's something that it takes a while to recover from. I don't know if we're gonna see him again. I don't know if they're saving him for the World Cup, his own personal, camp. I just don't have high hopes for Saka, to be honest with you. I don't think he's in good shape. Who else is going to step up? Eze seems to be the guy that if we're going to have any magic, it's going to be coming from Eze.
Yeah, and even if he is saving himself for the World Cup, with a month to go, if he's not going to be at his peak and really adding value to the team, I don't have a huge issue with him saying, I think I can peak for the World Cup. And right now, I wouldn't even be able to contribute like the way I want to contribute with 5 games to go. So, I don't know. I think some people have an issue with it, possibly, but it's all right. Saka's still our guy. He'll be okay. He'll be back next season.
Yeah, maybe if he can come back for the last 15 minutes in games, that would be cool. I would also like to see Dauman coming on. Today, I would have liked to seen him come on. Like you're saying, throw the kitchen sink, man. It's the one dude that can actually produce something potentially for us. Let's see it.
All right, man. Well, anything else you want to get on the pod? You want to predict the scoreline for Newcastle?
Ooh, I'm actually gonna think we're gonna win this one handily. I'm gonna go for I want to say 3-0. I'm gonna go for a 3-0 versus Newcastle.
I like it, dude. Yeah, we might have to get champagne because I also have a feeling that it could be a 4-0 job. After everything we've talked about over the last month and a half, after this game, it could be a 4-0 job, to be honest with you. This is when we're going to kick on, Steven.
This is vintage Arsenal fan. Copium. Inject it. Please inject it.
They don't make it like this anymore, man. It was manufactured pre 2000s. All right. Well, thanks for hopping on. I know it's a Sunday night. Thanks to everyone who listens and subscribes. We appreciate you. Enjoy the week. Don't be too down. Don't overanalyze things. It's in the past now. Let's live in the present and look to the future. And then we will see you on the other side.
Be easy.